Hello, 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 hello. Let me just fix the musica here and we'll get a sound check on that. How's that music sound, guys? That music alright? Not too loud? How's it going there, Zachy? Good to see you. Alright, so we're in the career game here. We're in grind money mode. This is natural weather. So weather's up a little bit here. So let me just check all the settings. Looking good here. Alright, good. So we need to make some money here. We're 225,372. My coughing starts exactly when I stream. Excellent. All right. Okay, thanks, Zachy. Appreciate that. So we're trying to make a little bit of money here. So I want to get that home ship a moving, and that is a little bit of cash. We're not going to pull this bomb, especially it's only 1,200 bucks. Already did the mission anyways, and it was disastrous. Blue picnic boat could be kind of cool. If I had the home ship up and running, we could take the tugboat out there, the remote control tug, and do it. But it's not enough for the amount there. Here's the fire. If you remember, we had to roll back because of had issues where I thought I shut overheating off. This one's a lot of money. Let's go do this one. This was the one that we screwed up last time, or I screwed up. So let's go up there, and we'll fly up to the military base. I'm just going to no-clip here for expediency. We'll take something up there, and we'll go ahead and let's actually transpo the jet fuel again. Did this last time. Having some issues with Albatross, but it was more me forgetting how to operate it. So let's see. Yeah, we have 12,000 liters. Let's go ahead and take Albatross up. Albatross can fit all the fuel in the belly. So it can fit it all in internal storage, so I don't need to put on the pallets. All right, let's save that. So the issue I had with Albatross was the brakes were stuck on, and it wasn't anything else. It wasn't really a problem. It was me forgetting that I had put 2 panels in there and I hadn't decided where I wanted the brakes yet. So I'll show you here. I have 2 brake panels here. This is a brake right here, and this is a parking brake panel. This is supposed to be where it goes, and this is supposed to be replaced. And I had yet to do that, so I didn't realize I had 2 sets. APU. Okay, if we remember last time, the APU, for some reason, is not filling with diesel, so I don't know why that's happening. So that's interesting to me. Pump out, grab out. Okay. Diesel. Diesel. It's running now, okay. Looks like it's running now. I just heard the APU come on, so I don't know what the deal is with that. That's a little bit weird. But I need the APU to start. The way you do it IRL is you do have jets that will do an electric start. What you need to do is spin up the... You know, you're spinning up the whole engine, but you're spinning up the turbine blades so that they can... so that you can use air to... Well, if you're doing an electric start in a turbine, you're spinning up the blades so they get enough compression that they can light off. And, you know, you can do it a couple ways. One with electric start. You spin it up, it will get enough compression to do it. Generally what happens, though, is you have a lot of pneumatics in turbines because you have plenty of compressed air. So what you do is an air start. And so, like in most modern jets, most modern larger jets, you're using an APU, and the APU is a little turbine that's electric started, so it's tiny, it's small. And that electric starts. And then you have, you take the bleed air off of that turbine, and you use that to start the main engine. So you're using bleed air to do it. And so for this plane, you need bleed air off of the APU, or else I can't start the engines. So, long story short, I need to fix this though. So I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully I don't have coughs for too long. Let's go ahead and turn the hydraulics on. Generators come on now that the engines are on. I'm trying to do all the procedures. It wind's up, so I'm trying to get out of the hangar. All right, parking brake. It says on, but it's parking brake release again. This isn't done, so do a brake check. You always want to do a brake check when you start moving an airplane to make sure the brakes are working fine. So, like, we look at the wind. As you can see, that's a direct crosswind. So that's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is having a direct crosswind. So steering is still not great in this. Yeah, see, I'm having steering problems. Let's knock the wind down a little bit here, because I don't know why I'm having steering problems again. I gotta play with this plane. We'll play with this plane a little bit, but I'm having issues again. Having issues again with the plane. I don't know what the deal is. Might have just been going too fast. But I have to play with this. I don't know where I left off, so I have to go check that. So we'll do a couple edits on the Albatross once we get it in base. Try to get some things fixed up on it. Alright, there we are. We're centerline. Alright, we're good to go here. V1, rotate. Positive rate gears coming up. And we'll get above 100 knots, and then we'll put the flaps up. Flaps coming up. Start our turn toward military. Start bringing the props back. It's having all sorts of autopilot problems. I won't spend too much time on Albatross, but I do have a bunch of things I need to do. A little bit of an extreme bank for a plane this size. You wouldn't be going this far. These are standard rate tick marks. You'd be going to this tick here. I have to talk to Basilicious. See what these ticks are set at. That's probably 45, and that's a 20 is generally what they are. And then 60s over here. Because you're considered an aerobatic plane if you go over 60, so they mark it. Alright, good. So, headed up towards military. A little bit too much of a turn there. Up, trying to align with the runway. The thing is, you know, again, people, you know, understanding the scale of the map and the scale of real life stuff. Like, for boats, the map feels big. For planes, it feels very small. You know, it's, a lot of these approaches, you do a 10-mile approach. So, for example, let's plug in military base here. So 600, and then we'll do nav, GPS. So we're currently 10 nautical miles from military. This is where we'd start our approach in a large airplane for military base. This is how far out we'd start it. So you see we're just off of FJ, and that is the approach. That's how far out you'd start your approach for the base. I have a paint block there, I think that needs to be fixed, but you know, so I'll show you, like, this is what the approach would look like. So where is my wind? Wind's coming from the north, so we'll plan to land on that northerly heading runway. And so, like, right now, so the way we do this, I don't know the runway number at military. I'll start writing them down again. I was writing them down. I was making approach plates and everything else, but I stopped doing it, so I need to do it again. But what we do is we look for the bearing, and we wait till the bearing was close to the runway heading, and then that's when we would turn on our final approach course. So I'm just kind of winging it right now, just kind of giggity, you know, to head on the final approach course. So, like, now, see, it's 2-1, so it's 2-1 direct there. So I'm just kind of worming my way onto the final approach course. I can just barely see it out there. So 2-0. So we're gonna come back for it. I'm trying to align. I don't know what the runway number is. I gotta write it down. Because the runway number is based off the compass, so you can use that. So there it is right there, as you can see. So I'm trying to visually align. Eventually I'll make up an approach plate. Maybe we'll do that. It'll be kind of fun. Is that it? I don't think that's it. That's got to be it. Might be a little bit further to the west. No, that's beginner, and that is Hospital Island. It's got to be. It's right there. It's just hard to see at the moment. Let's turn a little bit. Show me 1-3. I need a false read off this. Let me see. I don't know. It's right there. That's it right there. There's an island right behind it. You can see the island behind it. You get good at spotting airports the more you fly. You know, especially at night, they can be hard to find. It's actually, you look for the dark spot because they have shields around all the lights. And so the lights actually, oh, don't do that, don't do that. I need to trim, putting the flaps in here. They have shields around the lights, and so it makes them so they're pretty much, they have a small cone of direction. So when you're in line with the runway, you should be able to see the runway lights. When you're not in line with the runway lights, you can't see the lights. And so that way you don't land on the wrong runway. You know, you have to be within a certain number of degrees to actually be able to see. I've trimmed out my throttle, which is dangerous. I might do a little video on that for the devs because, like, it is dangerous in an airplane that you lose your throttle if you trim it. So it'd be really nice. All I really want is them to make it so that you can essentially say you can shut off one of the trim axes. And so for me, up down is my thrust. And you know, I get to the point here where I can't control my you know, thrust if I accidentally trim a little bit. So there, I'm bringing the prop back a little bit just to get a little bit more speed here. All right, there's the final approach course for the runway. So, like, this is a, what are we talking here? This is a 2-mile final. So you would, you know, you're coming in generally on a 10-mile final on a lot of these, and we're at 2 miles. So you set up really far out IRL. How's it going there, Citrus? And that gives you time to get established. Like, we're coming on 1,000, so, you know, when I was in the airlines, we had company regs that if we were not established at 1,000 feet, we had to go around. And we had to, you know, do a new approach. And so, for example, you wanted to make sure you were not doing more than 1,000 foot per minute descent, which we're not. You wanted to make sure you're within a certain number of degrees of the runway. And so you want to make sure you were established, you know, so you weren't like diving into the runway like a crazy person. You know, you notice we're nice and stable. This is how you want to be. The longer you're stable, the better you can fix problems. All right, so there is the center line of the runway. We're lined up nicely. We're gonna constantly correct. We don't want to ever accept any deviation. So anytime if you ever watch a video of you know, commercial pilots landing, it's constant movement on the yoke, and it's because any sort of you know, error, or not error, but any sort of misalignment you're constantly trying to fix. Like, see, I'm a little bit to the left, so we're fixing it. Kick the rudder just a little bit to get straightened out, just a hair. Altitude's looking good. Landing gear is down, 3 green. Right. And this is actually, the runway markings on this are wrong, so I am landing correctly. You're supposed to land past those arrows. That's a displaced threshold. It shouldn't have a displaced threshold like it does, but the devs, I'll go to the end. The devs put in a displaced threshold. I need to see what is up with my steering here. My steering is absolutely abysmal. I wonder if it's, I'm going to shut down, I was going to say leave my outboards on. See, like, I might try to grip up that nose wheel because I'm not getting enough steering on this plane. and it's causing me scares, so can't really steer well enough with this plane. I don't have to tow it in every time I do anything. You know, IRL, it would be a piece of cake. You just use asymmetrical thrust, but it's tough in-game to do asymmetrical thrust, make it work. Just because I don't have the throttles. Like, if I had a throttle quadrant, I could easily kick up the number one engine, spool it up a little bit, and we would turn right really well, or spool up number 4, and we'd turn to the left really well. But in game, I have to press it, and then I can't get it to level out and equalize as quickly as if I had a thrust lever. How's it going there, Trippa? Alright, so I'm off the center line. This plane isn't that long, but you actually have to go past it if you have a really long plane, because, you know, you're sitting... You know, you could be sitting in some of the bigger planes 100+ feet in front of the mains, and you're trying to get the mains aligned with the line. And then you just straddle the line coming in, so be off to my right because I'm sitting on the left side of the plane. Alright, let's try to put that central post right on the line to keep us lined up here. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll set the brake. Yeah, we'll shut down. And APU's coming on. Oh, APU was on. Okay, left the APU on, that's fine. Right, we go open up here and try to decide, do we do the mission first? Might do the mission first. Yeah, let's do the mission first. Hopefully that doesn't cause problems. Why is this not bought? Oh, if you remember last time I had to buy this, and I did not fix it. So infinite resource coming on, because we had already bought this, and I had to redo the save because of the fishing update. When the fishing update came out, I had to do a new save. Alright, so now we just turn infinite resources back off, and we're good. So we still have our money. So, oh, we lost money. No, maybe not. I have to check. This thing's probably 50 grand. I bet we're good. I didn't check before, but I would say that's just that. Alright, let's see. Fire truck. To mini truck. Alright, there it is. Mini truck, and then we want the fire module. So I'm going to count this off and fix it. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 back, and 1, 2. 4, 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and load the module. 4, 2. Okay. Make sure we get everything here. We do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, now that's in line. Let's grab a fresh grab of it. As you can see, now it's in line, so I don't have to move it every time by doing that, so that's good. Alright, let's go do this mission. Keep forgetting it's right-hand drive. Flashlight. I always have my flashlight in my hand. Get out of there. Oh, nice. Some spearfish in there. Yeah. Trying to hit this lip too hard there. Alright, so we're just going to rev up the engine. That's going to generate some electricity for us. What the hell's going on with this? Did I screw up electricity? What the fuck? What happened here? Why is this not working? This is annoying. Okay. What the hell happened here? This was working. Like, literally last time. Why is this screwed up now? Did I delete something by accident? Come on, man. Ugh, that's a pisser. Why is this all fucked up now? That's annoying. That is annoying. I don't know why this is screwed up. We just worked on this last episode and it worked fine. What the hell happened to it? I didn't make any changes. I want to put a smaller tank in there. The water tank's too heavy. That's why it's sitting on its ass a little bit. So infinite electricity I turned on and that wasn't fixing it. So it's not an electrical problem. Okay, let's see what's up with it. Did I accidentally... I wonder if I screwed up a connection when I moved it. That could have been it. Alright, let's see. Check electricity. Those should be all powered up. Yeah. Then I did the pumps. See if I can find the pumps here again. 2 pumps are plumbed. Okay, what is going on with this that it's not working? Let's spawn it. Let's see what's up. That's very interesting. What is going on here? Why is this not working? Okay. Composites, that one's going there, that one's going there. Okay, for some reason they got disconnected from one another. I don't know when they got disconnected, but they did. Okay. They got disconnected, the equipment locker panels, so that was it. I don't know when they got disconnected, but they did. Alright, so let's test it again. There we go. Okay. Alright, so... I don't know when that got disconnected, so... Trying to, like, actually rescue these people this time. I'm here for the money. Here for the money, Sonny. I did not crash into the sea. You need to get a siren on this little Johnny. Need to figure out a way to do it, though. I want to put it on the module. Alright. Rev the engine in neutral for a generator. Okay. Out. That's not helpful. Alright, and we'll get a screen of this. There we go. The rain is really not great for picks. But much more efficient putting out fires like this than fire extinguisher. Much faster. we go. All right, good. All right, let's close the doors while we're here. I'm just gonna stop revving the engine up. And where's my medical supplies? Not there. It's gotta be in the other one. Defib and some first aid kits. All right, let's get in there. And we yelled clear. They're a-coming, they're a-coming. Oh, see if I can miss 9. Alright, there we go. We got 2 going. Let's go upstairs, get the rest. So it's supposed to be 7. There we go. I said a clear. We're gonna run out of rezzers here if I'm not careful. Might have to go back for a rezzer. Excuse me, there. Jump, you scum. Jump, you scum. That's inside. I gotta go inside to get that, Johnny. Climb, climb, climb. 2 in here. Yeah, I gotta go get a rezzer. What's your time? 2 minutes, 31 seconds. Okay. Here, you follow me. You're sentient. Yeah, people have put in they want the recharge to work on the rezzer. It does not at present. So. Let's see how many more people we got. If I put them in a medical bed, see, I got a couple. I'm gonna go just no clip over and get another rezzer. Okay. Okay. Would be nice if they made it so that the electricity recharged it, but I don't believe it does at the moment. People have put in some bug reports recently about that, so. Alright, supervisor should have been left. I didn't see that tag. We need the 3 grand. We need the 3 grand. Alright, I should have done a count before it came back up, but we'll do a final clear, and I'll count from here. Oh, there you are. Hiding. Thought I'd seen somebody up here, so. Alright, what do we got here? 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Here we are. We're whole. So let's get all these bad Johnnies here. Alright, everybody ready here? Let's get this whole shabazz going. There we go. Let's go get these people put away. Want the money. Need the money. The money operation here. Steam whistles? Oh, yes. How's it going there, Lidar? How's it going there, Dominant? Yeah, I need sirens so people have sweet anticipation. We do a oh my god, if I could speak English, that'd be great. We're gonna do a version of the Pacty van that is will be for. Oops, there's money. That will be an ambulance, an amber lamps. I just need to do that at some point. Stack all you peeps in the beds here. For safekeeping. Alright, good. Stop following me, Doc. Not a huge fan of the bunny hop, but it is faster, so. Let's check this bad John here for some loot crates. I didn't see any, but... Yeah, I didn't see any. We did a little walk around, so I didn't see any loot crates. We had the one already, so a little bit of cash there. Alright, good. Let's put away... We've got this defib. Okay, I used up all the med kits, so... Alright, there. Alright. So that was a good bit of cash. Mission is completed. About to throw this flashlight in the ground. It's always in my hand. How's it going there, Amanda? Good to see you. Good to see you, CG. How's it going there? Oofa Taffy. The Black Beaver's back. Alright, so that was a good bit of cash there. We wanted that. Yeah, the missions start getting pretty populous. You know. Get a lot on some of these later missions here. Alright, let's grab the tug. Let's look at the tug really quick. I might try to all-wheel drive this tug. Let's just look at it really quick. This is old, but it's one of my best tugs. So it won't get geared up. 2 microcontrollers sitting there. Yeah. That's not ideal. Let's leave it for now. Let us leave it for now. Alright, we'll grab the tow bar. Here it is. And I keep forgetting I need a cable to run this sucker. Good, let's go ahead and spawn that. And we'll tug in the albatross. That away. Just barely make that breaker. One of my few automatic vehicles. There we go. APU is on. I'm gonna shut the APU off here. Excuse me, sir. I'm walking here, sir. I'll make sure we don't have a fire. Okay. Park brake is released. It should be released. Let's double check it because I was having problems with it before. Yeah, brakes are off. Let me check them all too. I want to make sure that I'm not having any other issues with the brakes. Okay, brake false. Then the nose wheel generally does not have a brake. You usually don't put a brake on the nose wheel. There are some airplanes, especially like some off-field airplanes, that will do a nose wheel brake if they really need to go in short fields, but it's generally not done. Problem too is you'd be actually steering the nose wheel. You'd be able to move the nose wheel, so you would go this way to get the plane to go the other way, but that doesn't really work in game. So working a little bit, but it's not ideal. Just need to get it close, and then we can despawn it. It's hitting you, prick. There we go. Push it out. There we go. Stalling it out, trying to back it up here. Hopefully that's close enough. Alright, let's try that. See if that's close enough. Okay. Bingo, we got it. Alright, good. So that's in. We should have the fuel. Jet A, 11 and change. Let's go ahead and we'll go pump that out. Let's save. Because I died because of nonsense last time. What's today's date? 10. Alright, good. Let's grab the mini and the pump. Alright, now with the pump module on, we can go sell this jet fuel. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking at your plane. That's looking good there, Ufa. Probably do it into the weekend. Probably be Monday, maybe. Unless people are going away or something needed opened earlier. I could open it any time, too. I might as well just open it. I try not to open it right away because you get, like... It's rare, but, like, you'll get a low effort, like, somebody who worked on something for an hour and literally put it on there, and it's like... They never come back to it, and then it's like there's a ton of problems with the build where, like, if you kind of don't even let them submit it to the end, they kind of fix some of those problems. But it's rare that happens, but it happens every once in a while. You know, people ask me, people tell me they're, like, going away or something. I usually just, let's see, pump out. Pump out. There we go. Okay. Don't need that one. Where did I drop that line? There it is. Okay. See if I can get I'll just open the submissions now. I was toying with opening it Friday, you know, so it'll be a week ahead of time. Let me just open it up. Can you not see it? It should be open, Amanda. It looks open to me. Oh, send messages off. Okay, I fixed it. All right. I thought I had shut it off, so. Yeah. Just go see if you can, just, if you don't mind testing, Amanda, just put a message in there. Just something. Just like type in test and I'll delete the message. But, just testing it. Alright. Alright, let's check our money sit here. Yep, we're good. We're doing alright. Alright, good. So we're selling. Build challenge India. Sure, I saved the changes. Yep. Yep. Send messages should be on. Yeah, I have a cargo plane there, Ufer, that has that tail loading on it. That's my VTOL, my 4-engine VTOL, which I eventually would like to finish, but the 4-engine jet VTOL is a little bit touchy to get right. It's a lot of pit tuning to get it to work right. That one gets me pulling my hair out pretty quickly. It takes me like way too long to get it started. So it could take me like 3 minutes to get the plane started and out of the hangar, and then I do a test, and then I have to bring it back in the hangar and you know, spend 3 minutes getting it going again. So it can be kind of a pain. Let us see. We should be pumping pretty fast here. Let's go check it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're down 50%. We're just going to hang with this. It won't take long to get this pumped out. Let's check see what's going on. I should check the bug tracker. Direct message. What is this? Alright, so we'll just let the last 30 liters come off. Not a big deal, we could leave it there, but just actually we'll leave it there. We can use it for something else. Main thing we're doing here is money. So we're up to 320,000, baby. And we pretty much the only thing we have out is the oil rig and this little mini baby. So whole reason for all this is you know, you see a lot of people that'll be like, "Oh, I'm bored with the game. You know, I'm bored. There's not enough to do." There's plenty to do. The issue is you have to kind of come up with some goals yourself. And so part of my goals is like, you know, I always try to have some big builds that require a lot of money. And in doing that, it gives you things to do. Like, you need to go make money. So it's like, well, you know, I was looking at my saves. I'm like, okay, do I build something new here in my custom game, or do I load up the career game and go make some money so I can fulfill my goals? And so the answer was, you know, load up career, go make some money. You know, so by having the long-term goal of I wanted the home ship, you know, in the game, and be able to use it, I need like 230 grand, and I need like 30,000 liters of diesel to fill it. Not that it needs to be full, but you know, so I need some things before I can get to that level of gameplay. And so it's like any other game. You're setting, you know, you're setting up late gameplay, and so by doing that yourself, you can customize it however you want, you know. And so that tells me what I want to do the next, or it kind of forces me into certain things I need to do. Well, you know, that makes it so it doesn't get boring. It's like, okay, I need to make some money, let's go do that. Okay, I want to build something, we can do that. So it gives you some things to do, you know. And then your long-term builds, which are going to take maybe a month to complete anyway, it doesn't really matter because, you know, you don't have the money to actually run them yet, so you can build them on the side. So it gives you a good balance of stuff to do. You know, if you're getting bored, you can kind of come up with some long-term strategies. So let's go ahead and save. So that was good. So like we have the cash now that we can launch the home ship. So that was, you know, a long-term goal kind of done here. Let's see. Okay, so I made some changes last night on the ultralight. So we're going to do this again. So pretty cool changes here on the ultralight. I put in a old school radiator. This is keeping it cool. I also changed the way the pitch works in the prop, so it's tied into the... I hope I saved that. Shit, I did not. Okay, I did right here. Props pitch right here. So now it's a percentage of the flaps. So this will help me get off the ground, and it will fix some of the center of gravity, center of thrust issues. We were having overheating problems because pre-pressure, we used to be able to get enough liquid flow in a small build to be able to cool it with air cooling. So now that's not working unless you can put on a bunch of water tanks to get the water up. And so the issue we're having was with the air cooling, it's only getting something like 5 liters per second. Then if I put a tank, I was getting up to like 30 liters per second. That's not enough flow rate for cooling. So by putting a radiator in, the radiator spawns with a bunch of water in it. So that that increases the flow rate considerably. And so I have that plumbed in. So what I did was I flipped the whole engine upside down. So we'll say it has a pressurized sump. And if you look here, we have a torque connection coming off going to an impeller, which is pushing the water through the radiator. I don't have a filler for this tank. You know, for now, I'll just despawn it. But there's one tank of diesel. And so this should be working better. So we're going to go do a test run on this to go back. And what I'll do here is we'll make sure I friggin' do this time. We'll shut off, make sure engine overheating is off. And that will be for the test. I want to test this to make sure that it is heating properly, or cooling properly, rather. All right. Why is this sitting on its tail now? I don't know why it's sitting on its tail now. The balance is right in the money, so it's very close on being balanced, as you can see. Like, a lot of these planes IRL, the way you move them is you push down on the tail with your ass, and then you can rotate them, and you can push them because it lifts the nose wheel off the ground. So they should be balanced where they're just about ready to sit on their tail. So go ahead and start up. All right, so the way this works now is the prop pitch is connected to the flaps. Where is this mission? Just got a mission. Okay, wait, the Christ over here. Okay. I have no clip on. Let me shut no clip off first so that we get closer missions. I also changed the propeller pitch so that I think it's pitched up higher, so that will make it so that the engine, that makes it so that, oh shit, what the fuck's going on here? Hold on, I guess I didn't fix this. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Okay. It's flaps. I'm still testing this. I need more flaps. So the way I used to do this was the prop pitch, the actual pitch in the prop. This is kind of the trick you have to do when you have your engine higher than the center of gravity. You can pitch your prop so that it is angled. That's how they do it IRL. They angle the prop. So, like, actually, this is a good demonstration with it sitting on its tail. Is so they would actually angle the engine up. So if you had an engine sitting this much higher over the center of gravity, you would have it pitched up like this. They do that with real airplanes. We can't really angle them well in game, so what you do, though, is you can pitch the prop, and so you're going to have it as though the prop is angled. And so I had it set as a static value of 0.2. Let's turn on the electricity, I'll show you. So if I put the flaps down, now it's a percentage of the flaps. So I think it is, I think I'm at like 0.3. And so when I put the flaps all the way down, it goes to 1. And then it will be 0.3 on the propeller. So I need to set that. So I need at least 0.2 to take off. So I need to look at this propeller. I don't think I can read the prop. Yeah, I can't read the prop. There it is. Okay, 0.35 right there. So that might be a little extreme. We'll keep testing this. This plane needs to be tested. That's why I'm doing it now. So. Yeah, I saw that you were saying that, Amanda. Alright, so likely that's too much. That's why I can't get it on its nose. So I'm just testing. There we go. Okay, so see, I brought it up just a little, and now the plane's sitting flat. So. Now it's not trying to push the nose in the ground as much as it was. Before, what was happening was because the engine was so far above the mast, it was causing issues. So we're going to have to go to the end of the runway to take off. Or we'll see. I'm still testing this out. I'm playing with numbers. There we go. I'm playing with numbers here, people. So I shouldn't be testing this in my custom world. Alright, I'm going to stop testing this in the custom world. This is just not going to work out testing this here. I was working on it last night, and I did not finish it. Alright, let's put this away for now. Let's save it, and I'll fix it later. I think it's saved. Let's bring something else out. I'll test it in the custom world, because if I proper crash it, we're going to have problems with money. I'm trying not to destroy my money here. So let's grab something that I know works. Just trying to get back to FJ. Take this. Take the Arc back. Yeah, so we take the Arc back. What else do we take? Yeah, so the problem, the reason it was doing backflips is the prop pitch is still too high, so it's the prop trying to spin us. So I need to balance that. That has no gyro, so I have to get it perfect or else it misbehaves. Let's take the Arc. Arc is diesel. We just... No, I don't want to overrate shit. I'm trying to load here. Let's load. Arc, there we go. Alright. Arc is diesel, so... we have plenty of diesel in the space. We just don't have any jet fuel anymore, so we can't take a jet fuel plane out of here. Race plane would have been fun, but I don't know if that is working correctly. You know, I need to make sure tanks are vented and a bunch of stuff, so... I released the brake? Yeah, I did. Okay. This one has a real low prop pitch, as it should, and so it requires to be revved up to get going. You know, when people talk about, like, oh, you can take off all airplanes in, like, 10 feet in stormworks, you can, you know, if you fix your prop pitch so it's proper, it won't. You know, the engines are overpowered in game, and so it's like right now I'm at pretty high revs, pretty high thrust, and we're going very slowly. That's how it be IRL because the blade pitch is minimal. You know, so you can set it up to be realistic. It's just, you need to understand that that's what makes it realistic, you know. And planes are loud IRL. There's no mufflers on a plane, you know. The reason why, like, you have a little Cessna 172, which, you know, has a flat 4 in it, and you can hear it going over at 5,000 feet, is because they're loud, you know. There's no muffler on them, you know. So you can put a headset on your seat if you want to. Let's do. Did I put flaps down? I did. Flaps are set. Okay, we're ready to go. So, like, you have to go full throttle to get moving IRL, you know. And there's 100 knots. That's what we need to take off. So. Now start bringing the prop back. And then once you start bringing your prop back, IRL and in game, you're going to start to, you know, the RPMs are coming down. That's part of the whole point of it, is for efficiency's sake. That this door still is not working right. I got to fix that. That's why a lot of stuff doesn't get in the workshop. It's like little things that I'm not happy with I have to fix. So what you do IRL is you want to, flaps up, okay. You would want to pitch so that your VSI goes to 0. And then you want to add some trim. So we're going to trim the nose down like that. And we're going to play with the trim until our VSI pretty much gets where it's not going up or down. So we're trimming level flight. This is the bane of every flight instructor's existence, that students don't trim their airplanes right. Okay, so now you look at your artificial horizon. Now I asked Basilisk to put it in. He graciously put that in. And so what that allows you to do, which I didn't hook up on this one, unfortunately, but with this dial now on Basilisk's gauge, you can move that bar, because this is what you do is you level out and then you retune your artificial horizon. So like you wouldn't just be going below the line the whole time. You move the actual line, and so you're actually it's just a card. It's a paper card in there, and you're just moving a little wheel that is geared, and it will move the card up and down. Or it depends. Some of them you move the card. Some of them you actually move these yellow bars, and the yellow bars go up or down. So kind of neat. But unfortunately, I didn't hook that up, so I have to hook the monitor touch up. So again, this is why stuff doesn't get released. Is it's just like take me 100 years to get these things. You know, using my favorite method of the large pivots, this door would not be doing its bullshit it's doing now. But because of the build's just too small, I can't. You know, I can't use large pivots. I want the devs to put some composites on the pivots. I think they should just go full composite mode and just pretty much be like, hey, dude, you got to learn composites. Composites are the best way to do everything. You know, say for example, the small pivots had a composite. It would have to have a composite in and out, which shouldn't be a problem because the whole reason why the pivots are supposed to be a two-piece is allowing for one, the two components, but also it allows the devs to put in controllers, like having you know, having a say a composite and a numerical value. And so what I think they should do is get rid of the numerical value on the pivots and put in a composite in and out. And then what we could do is read the position of the pivot with the composite. We could also signal the where we want it with the composite. And that way, you know, or they could just even do a position out. But, you know, what that allows you to do is it will tell you the current position of the pivot. And so that makes doors really easy. So if the wheels are down, so if the pivot is all the way down, the door should be closed. If it's anywhere in the intermediary position, the doors are open, and if the wheels are up, the door is closed. So I'll fix a couple things here, but I got a lot of fixing, a lot of builds here. So my hands are off. Every once in a while I do a little steering command. My hands are off. That's it. You know, it's a nice stable airplane. It doesn't need to be touched constantly. Like, we're not on altitude anymore. We're up. We've gone up a little bit, but because I trimmed it, we're pretty close. You know, to not needing to touch it. That was probably a little bit too much trim. So there's FJ over there, coming in for a landing, FJ. I would like to see the devs add a new island. I'm curious what this new component's going to be Wednesday. But, you know, I really would love to see another, like, you know what would actually be better than a continent? I want islands. Like, if you look at this island, this is a good size here. This is a good size here. That's plenty of space. I would like to see a couple of these size islands, like big islands, bigger than the small ones, permanently affixed. Like, say, one here, and maybe one up here. That would really give the map some more areas of interest. Like, for example, they could do, you know, doing it by heat map, but they could do like a temperate, like jungle island here. They could even do one over here that was like an actual like tropical jungle. This would actually, this is probably the right biome for a jungle. So put a jungle island there. Put a big like, you know, like a fishing-based island, kind of like how they'd have in Alaska. I forget what the name of the island is. It's where like all the crab boats go in and out of. It's actually, they had two Russian people defect there recently because they were getting conscripted into the military. They went out in a small boat in the incredibly dangerous Bering Strait to defect. All right, so let's start. You start getting ready here to land. So flaps coming in, gears down, pulling the power back as we are increasing the prop. That's gonna take some of the resistance off of the engine, and now we're gonna trim. So I did pitch, power, and configuration all at once. So by doing pitch, power, and configuration all at once, it allowed me to trim once. if I didn't do pitch, power, and configuration all at once, I would have to trim multiple times. So, you know, you do have to trim multiple times IRL. For example, the first thing you do, and especially in a large, heavy jet, is gear, because you need help slowing down. The momentum of the jet does not want to slow down. The jets are very slippery, have a nice swept wing. There's, you know, they're very clean. There's not a lot of stuff hanging off of them, so they're not very draggy. They're very slippery, and so you need the gear to help slow you down. Like even a Mooney. A Mooney is a small laminar flow general aviation plane. They're very slippery. You need the gear to slow down. You know, so your gear goes down, and then as that happens, you're going to start slowing down enough. You have for example, in the Embraer 145, the max gear extension speed was 250 knots. So as soon as you got slowed down to 250, you drop the gear, and then you start precipitously slowing down, because the flap speed was 200, I believe, if memory serves. Maybe 210. So you couldn't put the flaps in till 210. So you need to slow down to 210 knots to put the flaps in. And then as soon as you hit 210, you put first notch of flaps in. Then you start slowing down more, next notch, next notch. They each had a speed limit on them. And then you would start to be able to slow down. Alright, not a bad touchdown there. A little bit long on the landing, so flaps coming up. Taxi in. I'm just trying to read chat while I'm taxiing, which is a bad idea. So let me fix that. I'll fix the airspeed. Basilisk keeps giving me shit about not fixing the airspeeds. I keep forgetting to do it. Like, that's, so you want to index your airspeed gauge. All these colors mean something. We can go over it. I think that'll be interesting. I'll index the airspeed gauge. I forget what speeds I go on this plane, though, so I'll have to do it again. But, let's set the brake, and then we'll fix this one here, so. Oh, nope. Where is it? Go at the back so I don't have to walk through the propellers and die. I really would like the devs to, you know what, again, I should do a video on it so that I get my input in on the cargo containers. So let's go ahead in here. So let's go composite here, right here. This needs to go to the attitude indicator. Trying to see where the pack is with them all. Right there. No, cooling systems. I'm interested what that's about. Artificial horizons right there. For the attitude indicator. And then we want to go to, let's see, airspeed indicator is which one? Airspeed's right there. So airspeed's right there. Okay. Airspeed indicator. Let's go in here. So the white arc is your flaps. So you want to put essentially stall speed. So stall speed in this is probably, let's say, you know, stall is not a speed, but we consider it a speed. Let's say 75. And then the max speed you want for flaps. So let's say we want to be, let's see, I don't know. Let's say we'll start our flap speed at 150. So your flaps would be, you know, down to stall speed, and then the max speed for the flaps. So you don't want to put your flaps in until you're below the top of the white arc. Green speed is going to be stall. You know, again, not a speed, but for all intents and purposes, we consider that. And then let's say yellow is caution. Like if you had heavy turbulence, you want to slow down out of the yellow and go into the green. Not like you don't have this in big aircraft generally, but V&E's the speed you never exceed. So let's say it's 220. Needle stop will be the same as V&E. Yellow speed arc will go up to 219. And then we have the start speed of the yellow arc will be, we'll do 190 on that. Okay. And let's see what the hell is wrong with this door. I don't know if I can tell what's wrong with the door at this point. Should be pretty much identical. I don't know why one is working well and the other's not. Let's check them real quick. That's gear right there. Mains. Okay. So let's see. Port main, internal door, 1. Let's see. Starboard main, internal door is the same, so I don't know. Okay, that's positioning. Let's see. Mains 0.5. Okay, starboard main and port main. So they have the same number, so I don't know why one of them is misbehaving. I think they're pretty much identical. So let's look at the wells, make sure we don't have something blocking the distance sensor. Distance sensor is 2 blocks off of there. Yeah, they're identical, so I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. That's interesting. One side wants to flap the door and the other one doesn't, so I'll have to look at that, why that's screwed up. But yeah, a couple paint issues. Let's fix those real quick while I'm here. Where is it? It's got to be this right here. So this side right there is okay, that's interesting. Where is it? Right here. Right here. That black spot needs to be that color, and then these are a pain in the ass. I gotta fix these at some point. I gotta fix these hinges at some point. Alright, and then I had some sort of coloration up here that was screwed up right there. Alright, we'll save this up. Move on. Alright, good. So Akka's kind of adjusted a little bit. What else do we want to fix? I think that's good for now. I don't want to get too much into fixing, but we're doing well on money now, so we're up to 326. So yeah, I would like to see the devs put in a couple of those small islands. You know, here would be nice. They put stuff so close together, and I get it. Like, you hear so many people complaining, like, things take too long to get to, you know, and I get it. But, you know, kind of the way, you know, kind of thinking of this as a microcosm. Think of this as your whole world, right? And at one point, this was our whole world, the Sawyer Islands. And so if you wanted, you can keep no clip off, and you can stay within this area the whole time. For example, if you spawn at beginner base, like, I keep seeing this, new players like, you know, the missions are so far away, and they don't even have no clip on. And the mission's, like, right here. Dude, that is, like, that is within sight. Like, let's... You know, like, let's go there for a second. I'll show you, like, you know, and I get it. They're new players. They might have no navigation skills. I get it. But it's like, you know, so the devs listen to that. And so, you know, they're like, okay, well, you know, we have new players struggling. We don't want new players to struggle. But literally, like, that is right there. Like, that is where some of these new missions spawn, is, like, literally right there. Like, see this island over there? That's that airport island. All right, let's see how far that is. That is here. That is how far that island is. And we can easily see it. Now, if it's foggy, yeah, I get it. But that is, like, how far we can see. Let's see if we can see military base. Yep, that's military base. Like, the map is not that huge. You know, it's like, that is right in the corner there. That might be Komodo right there. I don't think it is. I think it's, that could be Komodo, actually. This island here, let me check. That's one of these, right. That's this island right there, I believe. Yeah, and then we have this small, tiny island. This could be that one. And then right there, we can just barely see Komodo. You know, so you can see, like, that island out there is this one right here. You know, so you can see quite a distance. You know, we can't see over there, but it's not going to be spawned in the mission. But, like, you could literally come up here if you were doing... Let's go ahead and play with some fog. So let's pick up fog to 70%. Yeah, sure. Fog's at 70%. You're not going to be able to see very far, but if the mission's right there, you're going to be able to see the fire. You're going to be able to see any flares. Like, they added flares in for a reason. You know, let's go to 40% fog. Like, 40% fog, I can still start seeing the outlines of some of those islands. You know, so it's like, and I get it, But, you know, you have to kind of think of this map stuff as microcosms. So it's like, this little area here, you could stay in this little area, and that can be your whole world if you're in a slow boat. You can keep that as your whole world. But then when you get into faster craft like airplanes, you need the entire map to make airplanes start to be viable. And you can still, like, if you don't like to spend a long time, in quotes, traveling, you can still fly from here to there. Here to there, here to there, here to there. You can fly, you know, around there. You can fly from here to Draymore if you want to take a long journey. You can fly from here to here. That's nice and close. You can fly here to here. You know, the map doesn't need to be crunched together. The way, you know, if this island was down here, you would stay in the Arctic for maybe weeks at a time. And then when you feel like the long, arduous 15-minute travel down to Sawyer, you take it. And then you hang out here. You know, there's nobody's twisting your arm that you have to leave your little microcosm. You can stay in this area and do all your boat work tight. And then if you wanted, you could go down and accept the mission. You know, you don't have to accept the mission. The reason these are all tight together is because I had no clip off at FJ. You know, so I would like to see them embrace, like, they already have made the map super tight for people who want it super tight. And there's really nothing wrong with that. If people want a super tight map, great. But they should then add new islands. Now, those people are going to complain that, oh my god, it takes me more than 10 minutes. You're stealing my life away if I have to spend more than 10 minutes going somewhere. But say, hey, then don't go there. Stay tight, you know. Or teleport there and just work tight out of that island, you know, if you can't take a 10-minute journey. But then for those of us who like to take some journeys, you could put an island here and an island here and kind of fill out these areas that... And then so you'd have some more far-flung islands that would be kind of cool. And I think they'd only have to be like, this size is good, this size is good here. Add those out there. I think that would be a lot of fun, personally. So, what does landmarks do? I don't know what that even means. I don't know what the landmarks is all about in the new save. But let's go ahead and what do we need? What do we have here? We have, okay, 13,000 in diesel. We have a good bit of diesel here. Let's go ahead and teleport over back to FJ. Let's take the, hopefully it's ready. Let's grab this money. All right, and let's go ahead and I'm going to save, and let's take out the new home ship. So, let us see. What was I want to check? I think it's good to go. Let's check it. But, grab the new home ship. I'll come up with a name. I know that's Bug and Citrus. Alright, let's see. Wow, it's down here. I haven't touched it in a while. That's it. Yeah, it's down here. Okay. Let's check it. I just want to make sure I'm trying not to have microcontrollers all over the place. I think we're good. Famous last words, I know, but I think we're good. Let's go ahead and spawn it in. Alright. Alright, so see, it's fine. It says missing required solid propellant to fuel solid rockets. That's fine. Those are for decoration. And then like you can see them right here. They're on the stacks. And then we have, I should drag those fuels to 0, but then we have diesel. We're not filling full with diesel. We're doing partial diesel. So let's check the custom menu. Map vehicles coming off. Player damage is going to come off just so I can jump on this bed, John. Let's see. All right, I think we're good there. Let's see what we have for missions here. I'm not doing that bomb. That's not worth the money to blow up. This is a servicing and tow. We're going to do that, but we're going to actually use the crane, and we're going to put it on top of us. So let's do that. So especially when I get a big... Oh, fuck you. I thought I jumped on it, and I did, and then I jumped off of it. I jumped right on the railing. What I like to do when I'm operating a big craft like this, I kind of RP it as, you know, you wouldn't be operating this as a solo person. And so, you know, I RP it as if I need to change characters, that's when I'll teleport or something, because you would have a pilot that's job is to fly the helicopter. You wouldn't have the same dude that, you know, is the captain of the ship, fly the helicopter. And so then I'll teleport and do that RP stuff. Still have not added breakers. Everything's done from up top, so let's go up. There's the drone controller there, so we can get the mushroom involved. So let's get this going. So it's kind of fun to get this going. This has been my long-term goal, so it's taken, what, 44 episodes to get to this, where we can actually utilize it. Okay, let's go. Generator port, starboard, harbor generator, and diesel furnace coming on. I haven't installed the harbor gen yet. Let's go ahead and we'll put on the anchor light for right now as the furnace comes up. We do not need the helicopter, but like I said, I will teleport if I need to get the helicopter, because again, it would be like you're calling, hey, I need a helicopter, you know. What is this? Blue boat, way the Christ out there, 5 grand. So likely we're not going to get to that. That helicopter still needs some PID tuning, which I'm going to do off screen because I don't want to sit here and PID tune all day. How's it going there, Lord X? Yeah, I'm not sure about the landmarks, Citrus. It could just be like the archway and some of the visual items. All right, let's see. Furnace temp's coming up. Boiler temp. I'm going to go ahead and clutch these in. So those propellers will spin up as soon as the pistons start going. So look at the condenser temps. As you can see, we're dropping temperature below ambient temp. Well, ambient temp isn't what the ocean temperature is, but yeah. Oh, I haven't noticed that, Tripper. I have been seeing hospital boats icons, but I don't know. Yeah, there's 2 right here. I don't know. All right, we're ready to go here. All right, let's go ahead and we'll go to nav lights. That's supposed to be my speed gauge. I don't know why this isn't turning on. That monitor. I haven't put any sort of navigation equipment in this yet, but we don't really need it as of yet. I'm going to do a new sort of nav system on this. I don't have a rudder indicator either, so I need that at some point. All right, so we're hunting for this ship here. Again, it's close. So to dead reckon, we want to look at landmarks. So here is the big island. That's right there. Right, so that is where we're headed. We're headed to the northeast side, right there. So, again, like we could sock in some fog. Let's actually just turn override weather off. So, like right there, we can still see where that boat's going to be. You know, so it makes sense. You know, there are some, not necessarily as a young person's thing, but like, you know, if you have somebody who's young playing the game, who's never had to navigate in their life, you know, yeah, you can kind of expect that they get a little bit intimidated by it, but the answer is learn how to navigate. It's not, you know, cater to that necessarily. And, you know, if you want to keep tight and you don't want to have to go long distances, you know, shut no clip off, and you'll get all your missions will be super close. You know, it won't be a big deal, you know. And then and I like that because I can, if I want a mission close to a certain base, for example, if I'm by the Ring of Fire and I want a Ring of Fire mission, I go to the Ring of Fire and I turn no clip off, and now all the missions are going to be close, and that will give me Ring of Fire missions. If I want them near FJ because I'm operating out of FJ, you know, I you know, no clip off. If I want to do some airplane stuff, I shut no clip on, I turn no clip on, so they spawn wherever. Alright, so we're looking up there. It should be right here, right to the almost direct east off of this peninsula. So if we look at the peninsula here with our binoculars, that's the peninsula right there. So it should be here. It might not come in until it spawns. That mission's been live for a while. I would not be shocked if the bitch sank. So sometimes they sink, especially I've been playing with the map and could have had an issue where the wind kicked up and sunk the Bad Johnny. But we'll see. It might have not spawned in yet either. So non-growth mindset, yes. you know, and not all, uh, you know, gameplay is for everybody. There, you know, and I think some people need to kind of embrace that of like, oh, you know, certain gameplay is not for me. That's fine. It doesn't mean that somebody's picking your pocket when somebody else gets what they want, and that's, I don't know. I don't want to be disparaging about it, but it's kind of a juvenile mindset that I see sometimes in the community that's annoying. Is, you know, there's a large portion of the community that wanted space. You could see it in almost every weekly update. People asking for space. People asking for space. There was a poll. It was number 8 on the poll. It was in the poll. You know, that you get some people who like to deny it. They think it was, oh, it's fake. It's fake. It's fake. No, there's a component of the community who wanted space, um, and so that's fine. And I didn't necessarily want space. There were things that I wanted over that. There it is, right there. Over that, but you know, the mature thing to do is say, okay, well, I'm glad that other people got what they want, because guess what? At some point, I may get what I want, and those same people might be against what I want. And so it's good to have a game where they give even the smaller parts of the community what they want. You know, because guess what? I could be part of that small community at some point, and I still might get what I want. You know, and I think it's a selfish kind of mindset to be like, oh, if somebody else gets what they want, they're robbing from me. And I see that a lot, and I think it's a very juvenile mindset. It's like, you know, it's a non-communal mindset, let's put it that way. You know, it's better to have a community where, yep, you know, every once in a while the train community gets something. You know, I don't play with trains very often, but I don't feel I've been robbed because the train community got something. You know, I'm glad they got what they wanted, and someday I'll get what you know, and I have got what I want. I'm glad the fishing rod came in. Looks like commercial fishing's coming in, you know, and I don't, you know, the space doesn't interest me all that much, but I'm glad they got what they wanted, you know. All right, so that's the blue boat there. Let me check here. How's it going there, Blaze Beat? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Mega Skiff, yeah. Ring of Fire is just north of the Meyer Island beginner base. Just south of Draymore. And the Isle of Donk. Hey, been working, huh? Alright, start backing down. All right, so let's look at the wind. Right, the wind is off of our starboard side, pretty much a direct crosswind. Notice it's pushing the rescue boat. It's also pushing us. So we want to go on the windward side like this, so it pushes us together instead of pushing us into it. Right. So let's go and we'll stop. Okay. Shit. I thought that I didn't set up the 0. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. Not the end of the world, but I have to manually 0 us out. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can't get this grabbed. I'm just going to kind of... Okay, perfect. I got to do it quick so that we don't get screwed here. All right. It's behind me. Not a huge fan of the sound of that furnace being so loud. You know, they don't have occlusions for things, which I understand, but it's like, it's super loud. Okay. Sorry, estimate where I think the center of gravity is going to be. Oh, I have the wrong attachment on. Son of a bitch. Okay. I have the wrong attachment on. I gotta fix that. That's not helpful. Okay, I have the wrong attachment on. I think this is the multi-point attachment point, so hopefully I can add the other one on. Be alright. I didn't even notice that. I changed it a little while ago and completely forgot. I haven't played with this build in a little while. Let's go in here. Grab, here it is. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can get this to connect. Can't see, which sucks, but that doesn't help at all. Alright, let's try to get this connected. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Alright, let's do that, and let's grab it with crane. Alright. Not too bad on the pitching deck, but see, I'm curious if I accidentally hit the button that disconnects this, so let's check it. Release is true, so I hit the button that disconnects this, so that's not good. I gotta figure out which one is that. Let's see, 4 maybe? That's why, as I click the release button on it, I can't remember which one it is, so I gotta go through them all. Release true, so let's see, what is selected on this? Trigger. Okay, I think it's the trigger maybe. Let's check it. That was it. Trigger releases it. Alright, and then what does the function 1? Let's bring it up. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not any of those. Trigger drops it still, which I probably shouldn't have done. Alright, I'm trying to remember what I did with this trigger. Grab this and attach it up. I might need the cable on there. I don't think I set it. I thought, oh, you son of a bitch, don't do that. That sucks. Alright, it's being a pain in the ass right now. It's not a big deal. I gotta just bring it all the way to the top to get it to reset, but I might need a cable to connect it. I can't remember how I hooked this up. It's been a while since I've worked on this. It really has. So. We'll go through this and check all these. 1. I look at the handle while I'm on it. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so it's got to be, I think I need a cable to hook it up. Let me get a cable. Cable. Don't know why I just don't pass through the hard point. Might have been a conscious choice there for some reason. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's it. Alright, so it's 1. Alright, good. We got to figure it out. See how friggin' heavy this thing is. Pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. This boat's bigger than I thought it was. Alright. What's going on under here? Oh, I still haven't covered the fins yet. Alright, so this is gonna be too heavy. That's alright. We'll drag it with the crane maybe. I didn't put any. Let's see if I have the winch hooked up correctly. I might have the winch hooked up correctly. I may have the winch hooked up correctly. If I do, we can go ahead and use the winch. I think I did hook the winch up, so let's do that and drag it in. It's weird to put it on. That is a big boat. I thought it was the blue sport boat. It was not. It's the big friggin' Blue Johnny. So we'll just tow it in. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll open that up. Grab the rope. Go to here. Please have another rope on. There's one on this boat if I need it. So grab that. Grab that. Do I have a winch out? I don't know if I have a winch out or not hooked up yet. I don't think I have any winch controls hooked up yet, which sucks, but we'll start towing it. We'll figure it out. This tells me what I need to do as well, so there's a bunch of stuff I need to do with this. So let's go ahead and we'll gently start going forward, I guess. Let's grab this off for now. Gently start going forward. This is the best way to test stuff out, though, is just to like put it in career and see what you actually need. Starting to see the limitations and what I need. So let's go up on just port for now, because I want the boat to twist towards the blue boat, so I'm just using port. So, and then we'll go hard right rudder, and then I'm gonna come down on this to 0. Okay, and so now see it how it kicked the ass out just at the last second. So that is good to get where we need to be. All right, good. Let's go ahead and grab this. Come on, reach, you bastard. I just went too far. So hopefully I can jump with this rope. Probably not. We're going to probably be screwed here. I got to back up. Ah, you bastard. I knew it. All right. This is a pain in the ass. I don't have winch controls. If I had winch controls, we would be beautiful. Come on, come on, come on. Just need to back up just a hair. So we're going to go hard left rudder. Hard rudder to port, and then I'm going to come back on starboard just a hair. So go hard left, and then just a hair off starboard. Like right like that, maybe a little bit more. There we go. All right, let's try to get down there in a timely fashion before screw the pooch here. There we go. Okay. Grab it. There we go. Okay, good. All right, let's get out of here. Ah! Try to do anything quick, and it just takes 10 times as long. All right, there we go. So yeah, I need winch controls on there, so I've yet to put those on there. So this is good to figure out what I need. It would have been good if the crane would have grabbed it, but I need to lock the crane up. I gotta go back and lock the crane up here. I don't want to be too rambunctious on my speed here, but let's give it hell. This boat's got power for days, so it wouldn't have no problems. This is geared down on purpose to give me some oomph. So we should have no problem dragging anything. Set up to do a bunch of tugging operations. Do want a rudder indicator at some point. So. As you can see, no issue towing. That was asking a lot. That's a pretty probably heavy boat to be trying to use the crane on. Let's go downstairs and try not to crash in FJ. Hopefully I can do this quickly. Wow, why is that so weak? The yaw on this is just weak as hell. I don't know why. That's interesting. Like, I'm trying to yaw this sucker, and I can't. Let's check electricity, make sure we don't have an electrical problem on it. No, it's just, it's super weak. That's interesting. I might have to add another pivot, because it does not want to yaw for shit. I don't get it. That's interesting. I don't get it, why it's being like this. Interesting. Alright, work on that too. Put that on the to-do list. Kind of expected this, you know, it's the first time we're actually running this in a career game, so it's going to be, need a lot of TLC. Alright, player damage coming back on. Shut that off for the jump. We're jumping on board. And this is going FJ, right? Yep, FJ. I got to keep an eye on the time. I've only got about an hour left I can stream. But so far it's operating pretty well. It's going to get its... oh, we should put the tow light on. Tow light on here. We're towing. There we go. Tow light's on. Alright, the... it's going to get a nav system and do a multi-point, like kind of old school nav system, where it just shows the coordinate positions of each one of them. Let's get a pic of this. I wonder what this boat weighs. Curious, quite curious. But that, I thought it was like half the size that it is, but it is quite large. So it has a hard point to lock the crane, and for some reason when we're, well, it's probably the momentum when we're moving. I thought the pivot would be able to do it, but it can't. It's going well today, officer. How are you? Probably add a second yaw pivot on the crane. I actually don't mind it locking straight back either. That's kind of cool like that. We go at pretty good speed. We're approaching 30 knots in this. Yeah, I couldn't remember if I'd hooked it up through the hard point would send the information through or the cable, and I chose the cable. I didn't put an anchor on this, did I? I might put a mooring on this. Still have a microcontroller sitting in the bow. But I do like the new pulleys here. That allows me to redirect it through the winch. You know, the other thing I talked about is I'm going to put an A-frame system in this where we'll be able to crane really heavy stuff onto the stern with an A-frame. And that way what will allow me to do is I can feed the big winch through the A-frame, and that way, so, you know, because you used to have to put the winch on the end of the crane, so it would look, of course, silly as hell to put the largest winch, the huge winch, on the end of a crane, where what you would do is you put it on the base of whatever you're doing, and then you would loop it through pulleys, you know. Probably not do any non-live CBS. The editing takes forever. You know, I was thinking about doing it again, but the editing takes forever. It's because I pretty much, like, I have to watch it, you know, I have to record it, and then I have to cut it and watch it as I'm doing it. So it takes me at least, you know, the length of the video, probably almost ×2 to edit it. So if it's an hour-long video, it takes me 2 hours to edit. So now it's an hour to record, 2 hours to edit it, so there's 3, and then I like to watch it back a third time, another time, to see if everything's good. You know, so it could take 4 hours per hour to do, where a live stream, I can stream for 4 hours. And then I can kind of interact with you guys. So kind of leaning towards career build series as being more this, like something like a cap air. If I do some more cap airs or something like that is much shorter. So it might only be a 20, 30 minute, you know, video, and then you times 4 on that. So that's more reasonable to do. It's just, it was becoming unreasonable, CBS's, to do them. Up. Shit. Let's go down on these. Come on. Oh my god, I'm gonna crash if I'm not careful here. I have friggin' crab hand trying to do this all at once because I don't have my space bar hooked up. I don't have my space bar hooked up to zero the thrust. So that's normally what I do is just press the space bar and it would command these to go to 0. IRL, you just grab the throttles and pull them all the way back. Can't do that, you know, in game like this. You know, so I have to quickly try to grab them, and I was like and then I had to steer at the same time, so I had the worst crab hand going, trying to get the friggin' thing to work. Alright. Where are you there, sir? Can I grab the rope off of you, you son of a bitch? Let's get it. I should have grabbed it over there, but... Anything else I want to loot, steal, or pilfer from this? No. Okay. Let's try to get off this dock a little bit here. That was a moment of panic. And that needs to go in quickly. The space bar. That's kind of my default emergency preparation there. So I'm going to push so I'm just using my starboard screw, and I've got the rudders pushing right to get me off the dock. And then I'm going to go hard left on the rudders. I'm going to pull into reverse. This is again why the propeller pitch update was really cool, was because it allows us to you know, go right into reverse. So you can see how... I need to fix that. Alright, stability system in the bow is not set up correctly. That's why the stern is picking up. I gotta fix that. Might end early because I gotta get ready for an appointment, so... So like here, we're twisting these. Like, you can do this so much quicker now with the variable pitch propellers, because I don't actively have to stop the propeller, because the propeller has so much momentum it would stop the engine, stall the engine out. So now you can see how well I can maneuver, especially for tugboats. This is a dream, because you can see like how beautifully you can maneuver like that. Like here, well, I don't know what my rudder's at here. Let's look. Rudder's about midships right now. So let's just do it with thrust. So here it comes back. We're going to go in there. So we're pulling back on the port side. And see, we're like doing a handbrake turn almost, because I'm able to quickly throw that port side right in reverse. And that's the benefit of variable pitch, is you're able to, you don't have to stop the engine and reverse the direction. Because you figure the propeller has so much momentum, it's going to stall the engine. So you got to wait for the propeller to stop and then get it to go in reverse. This you don't have to. It remains in the same direction. You're changing the blade pitch, which you can pretty much instantly change, you know. Alright, so like here is danger zone, because again I don't have the zero set up, so I gotta do that. Alright, so let's fix this. Zero problem here. Where is it? So let's see. Alright, that is pitch of the propellers go to where? Right to here. Okay. So right here. That's drive control, and then... Alright, there is the pitches. What is the zero on this? 6 and 8. Okay, I did set it up. That's interesting. Okay, so I set it up. It's just set up differently to what I do. So what we'll do here is I'm going to do this. So what I can do is I can press both. I can press both forward and back, and it will zero. So that actually works pretty well. You press both the up and the down buttons, and it will zero the thrust. But the problem is that the reason I added that is, let's say that I want to make a right-hand turn, and I have both the starboard and the port propellers pitched forward. What I'll do is I can go and I can grab both the buttons for the starboard side, and it will zero starboard, and I'll start pushing to the right. I'll start rotating right. And so what I want to do is let's add a boolean here. And we'll grab this boolean. And what we'll do here is it will be x and y, x nope, and y, or, and then what's the next condition? Z, Z. And so what this will do is when I press the space bar, it will zero both of them. So that's emergency stop. So I can still use this system, or I can emergency stop. So that's beneficial there. So I was wondering why I didn't hook it up. It was because I was doing a different system. All right, so that will go like that. Okay. And then where are we here? This is the prop pitch right there. Okay. So same dilly. Oh, fuck off. I didn't mean to drag you away. Same dealio here. That goes there. See ya. And then now, where's helm? Drive panel is right there. Okay, I want helm involvement in here too. So let's go ahead and we will go drive panel, port clutch, dark clutch. All right, let's go like this. Update that. And let's find the drive panel. So drive panel is this setup here. So this is all my drive panel. Where's drive panel? Right there. Ballast system right here, drive panel. Okay, drive panel is right there. Let me check it. All right, so I was gonna tag it along, but I have to change way too many numbers. So what I'm gonna do is grab it like so, cut it. We'll move it up one. We have plenty of space. So it's the nice thing with a big build. You always have plenty of space. And we'll just add helm on there. Okay. And then so what we'll do is we'll grab channel 31, which is the spacebar trigger, and this will then go to the Z's on both of these. And that way I can press the spacebar in an emergency and stop, because I panicked. I was like, I'm pressing spacebar and it's doing donkey D, and that's really kind of scary. So let's cut that, move that down like that. And then these here are the front, the maneuvering. I need to fix that. I screwed that up with... So these will get... for some reason, I didn't set up reverse. So when it's in reverse, all your stability fins have to work backwards. So I'll show you guys my new micro skiff too. It's trying to build a tiny little skiff for doing... for like being able to go out to a boat and do a little bit of rescue stuff that's super tiny, and it's all like, it's as simple as can be. All right, that's set up. Let's see. The hell was I doing next? Hook the helm up and then configure it. Okay, here's the helm. That goes there. All right, we want to make sure spacebar is set to push. 0 rust. All right. So let's save it. I don't want to open this up again in the career game. We'll do a couple fixes. I'm not going to stay on for much longer. I got an appointment. Let's see. Okay, we'll save it to this one. So here, let's go ahead. I'm going to just boot up the career game here in a second. Let's save this real quick. We just did a mission, so let's save. All right, good. Boot up the custom game. I put out a new, the latest episode of the oil drilling series, part 4. Put in a recirculation loop in there. Automated the pump, so the pump is now PID controlled. So if you guys want to watch that, we'll go into that. You know, again, I'm kind of going slowly with that series to try to show you the different mechanics, each part. And so, you know, the goal is, like, I keep getting a message from people like, oh, well, why didn't you add this and this and this? Like, it's a series. It's coming along. And so, like, the point of it is you know, each part is improving the system. And so the last thing I did was add the recirculation loop. So now, for example, there's a prevention system on there so that it won't overpressure. There's also, it recirculates it so that, let's say that you filled up with oil and you didn't pull off the diesel and jet fuel before, it would just cool off. Now it recirculates. So grab this now. All right, so this is in. So like now the way that this works, let's get this fired up. So like I can show you while this is booting. So. All right, so like here's how I have it set up now. So if I go forward on the pitch on these two, right? Let's say I want to do a hard handbrake right turn. I need to go E and see it zeroes it if I grab both of them. So if I grab both of these, it zeroes that side. All right, now if I'm in an emergency, I should be able to tap the space bar and it zeroes both of them. So that's a good safety feature that, oh my god, I'm going to hit the dock like I was. I should be able to tap spacebar and it zeroes the thrust. So that's a good emergency feature. And then this is for maneuvering. So let's say I want to come back on starboard and I want to go forward on port. Okay, I'm going forward on port. Okay, let's go ahead and zero these out. Okay, zeroed. Now we're right into reverse. So it's just a little bit quicker that way. And that zeroes it out again, and then we can zero that one out again, and so it's just a little bit quicker to do that. Let's see, what else do I want to work on? Let's see. Not going to stay on for too much longer. I got to go get ready for my thing. Could add a double brake on here. I don't know. Check everything here. Something, I was hitting something I thought when I opened the garage door. Okay, that one opens fine. Okay, they hit each other when they both open, but I'm not going to be opening both of them. I'll put a prevention system where they both can't open at the same time. Like, if this one's open, the garage should not be able to open, and vice versa. All right, so let's bring that back to the workbench. That's all saved up here. I'll show you the micro skiff. Kind of cool. It's super simple. You know, part of this was just, again, it's the smaller it is, the harder it is. This has no logic except this. The only logic this has is to control the electric motor and the steering. That's it. No logic in this really at all. It's all, like, I put a post comment. It's all fundamentals, and what I meant by that is it's fundamentally stable. It doesn't have any sort of nonsense. Like, it doesn't have any sort of stability system. You'll notice that if you put a fin on, they actually work pretty much how they would IRL. When you put a fin on like this and you don't move it, it gives you static stability. It's a symmetrical fin, so what it does is it gives you equal lift on the bottom and the top, and so it always tries to maintain your position. That's how a symmetrical wing would work in an airplane. They have these on ships too, where they're just symmetrical foils. And that keeps you in your last position because any change is going to require energy. So pretty simple little skiff here, but doesn't have too much utility, but it's actually pretty useful for like doing little like going out to a boat. So like literally that's all the logic on it is just for to run the electric motor and the steering. And that was just to put it on a panel here. Like, it doesn't like 100% wind because it weighs as much as a leaf. But you can actually go pretty high in the wind, and it just runs, you know. So there's no active stability system at all. And then it, let's kick up the wind. I haven't done a full wind test. There's 36% there. Usually going into the wind is the worst. So we'll go in a little bit. And you see it has no stability system on it at all. It's just those fins help it. When they go in the water, it holds its position. When they come out of the water, it loses a lot of its effectiveness. So it starts to, so it's not going to keep lifting the stern up. So it's porpoising a little here. It could use an active stability system, but I don't want to put it on. because it's inherently stable. It's just supposed to be a fun little skiff to get out to boats, maybe do some rescues on it. But you can kind of see it's just a fun little boat, and then it has an electrical connection. It's 100% electrical because I have no space for anything else. And you see, we've only used about was that 17% of the battery, and we've gone out. So like this is a little boat you would use to go out to get to like the fishing boat. So when I was a kid, we had a 13-foot whaler, and I would go out with a little inflatable raft. I would bring the inflatable raft. I had a little dolly, and you'd strap the dolly on. It had 2 wheels, and you'd strap it to the bottom of the boat, and you just grab the front of the boat, and you'd walk. So I'd walk a couple miles down to the ocean, and I would take the dolly, and I'd put it in the raft, and then I would row out to the whaler, which was on a mooring. So it's like a permanent anchor, for those who don't know what a mooring is. And then I would hook the rubber raft to the mooring, and I would put the carrier in the boat, and then I'd go out in the boat for the day, and then I'd come back, and I would, reverse the process. You'd grab the mooring, you'd hook it to the whaler, and then you'd jump on the rubber raft. You wouldn't jump on the rubber raft. You'd gently get in the rubber raft, which was now had water in it, so your ass would get wet. And then you would row back like the 100 feet to the shore, and you would, hook the dolly back up and walk home. So it's kind of fun. So I like to put some moorings out, especially now with the large home ship, and be able to put some moorings out, and then you'd attach your, like say the fishing boat would get attached to the mooring, and you go out in this, and that would get you there. So kind of just a cool little thing, kind of showing the fundamentals of you can have a nice stable boat, even if you, even if you don't want to put any logic. It's literally, that's all the logic it is. It's electric. We were going pretty fast. We're probably going 20-something knots at least, and we probably used about 30% of the battery, so it's pretty efficient. Like it would be kind of cool to put some wheels on this, or have a little cart that you could pull this, and then you would launch it from the shore. So just kind of a neat little boat. Maybe put a handle on it and drag it. But that would be kind of cool. How's it going there, Alexander? Fortunately, Alexander getting off here in a minute, but we'll stay on for a minute. Let's go ahead and let's find a name for this home ship so Citrus can stop talking about it. Let's see. My engine for the challenge doesn't go over 90 degrees. Nice. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it's good when you get that cooling fixed. A lot of people are still struggling with cooling. You kind of got to move to, I think, I'll do a cooling tutorial. I was kind of seeing where the devs were going to kind of finalize. I think they're mostly finalized. What is this doing in the challenge channel? Okay. Yeah, just to remind, again, most people are following the spirit of the challenge, but it is a rod challenge. And I am only testing things with rods, as stated many times. So, but let's go ahead and let's find a name for this. Let's see. Usually I do Greek. I used to do Greek gods all the time. Then I did animals. So it depends. Kind of my cutesy things get animals, and then my what the Olympians. Ooh, it'd be kind of neat. Let's see here. I'll bring up the screen. Name it after a Titan. That would be kind of cool. I'll look up Titan names. Let's see. Neptune could be interesting. I try to do it thematically too. Vulcan is neat. Like here, let's see, Triton. So Triton is the name of my other big home ship. Is the son of Poseidon, described as a demigod of the sea with the lower part body like a fish. So that's Poseidon's son is Triton. Let's see. You see Titan names. Okay, so here are the Titans. Let's go through some Titan names. Titans would be kind of cool to name it after a Titan. I like a list. Why do they know? Sometimes they do this. I want a list, you devils. You get a list of Titans. Okay, let's go off this one. So we have Oceanus, god of sea and water, eldest of the Titans. Okay. Lapidus. Father of Prometheus. Alright. God of mortality and allotment. Nay. I like it, but Atlas... Atlas is usually used for... Because Atlas was, you know, holds up the world. Hyperion. Prometheus. I already have a Prometheus. Eos. Goddess of the Dawn. Themis. Rhea. Rhea was is Romulus and Remus's mother, I believe. Wife of Cronus. Yeah. I like Cronus for something too, but I haven't found anything I want to be Cronus. Rhea would be kind of cool. Kraos. Try to do it like sea themed as well. Asteria. More night and stars. Cronus is the god of time, is Zeus's father. Maybe I'm thinking Rhea Sylvia. I think they let's see, gold, silver, gemstones. Leto. I don't even know how to pronounce that one. What? That has no pronunciation key either. Titan of memory. Let's see. No pronunciation key on that. Oh, this one's interesting. Wife of Oceanus. And yeah. That's interesting. Tethys. Let's see if I can get a pronunciation of this. I don't want it to be a pain in the ass either. Tethys. No, just piss off. Don't use my microphone. Tethys. Tethys I kind of like. Tethys could be interesting. See, the other thing I need to think of is, can I make this out of text? Which I think I can. T's are easy, E's are easy, H's are easy, Y's are not too bad, and S's are easy. So Tethys would be kind of interesting. I like that. You know, I try to go with sea theme, so it's wife of Oceanus. Tethys I like. Cronus. Perses. Let's go with that. Let's go Tethys. I like Tethys. Let's do that. I like that. All right, let's grab it and let's see what we can do for putting it in there. I'll hand draw it for now. This this stern light, I don't know where I want to put that. I don't like where it is. I might stick it up there, right under that doorway. I haven't decided yet, but I do not like it here. Let's move it. Do not like it there at all. The crane was the reason why it got moved where it did. Was it was a pain in the ass there. So let's put it right here. The problem is that I can't have it where the it should be visible though. That's a problem. I can't have it where the helicopter is gonna block it either. So we'll stick it here for now, and I'll probably have to move it again. You know, it's something that bugs me, but nobody else will ever notice. Alright, that'll go there, and then we'll fix this. Alright. So what is it? Tethys. I'll probably end up using the utility to do it at some point, and then I'll hand correct it. That usually tends to be the best thing to do, is hand correct it. We'll see how well I can hand draw this, and then I'll probably fix it later. Already off to a bad start here. Huge. I'll end up doing the utility and then hand drawing it because it's just going to take me 100 years to hand draw this out, right? Kind of. I'm just going to kind of rough it out real fast and then I'm just going to do a super rough. And then I think I'm going to do uppercase, lowercase here, so do it super rough just for spacing consideration. Because I kind of wanted a little bit fancier, something like that. And then, yep, it's Y. Of course, it's Y. There we go. Yeah, this is enough space. I'm trying to just make sure it's going to be enough space where I can do a little bit of fancy writing and it will work. So this should work space-wise. Has enough of a stern that I can put some lettering on there. Yeah, so that will work where it will it'll be able to fit on there. So perfect, that's enough space. All right, good. So Tethies. We read some chat. That's good, Rasp. It's good to see you. Yes, the Triton rig. It's the black rig. Yeah, it's every time they add new stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't know all the names of everything in Tarkov. All right, let's see. Yes, Kronos is going for a very Kronos is going for something special. I've been saving Kronos. Kronos is my favorite of the Titans. So Kronos is Zeus's father. We can read up on Kronos here. Kronos was a ruling Titan who came to power by castrating his father Uranus. His wife was Rhea. Okay, so he is what? That's Kronos, not Kronos. That's Kronos. I was like, no, he's the wife. Kronos. God, what? Where is Kronos? Where is it? Because Kronos is supposed to be married to Rhea, I believe. Interesting. Let me see. That's where a chronometer comes from. Kronos. Buddy, give me a break. Kronos. Let me see. Titan father of Zeus. Yep, see there's different spellings. Kronos and Kronos. So I was looking for Kronos and it was Kronos. Okay. Did he marry his mother? Was he a Freudian? I can't remember. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I was just looking at the spelling. I thought I always spelled it like this, Kronos. And then like chronometer, he's the you know, it's about time. Personification of time, that's like a chronometer, a chronograph. Yeah, that's it's all Kronos there. All right, we'll see you later, Alexander. I'm actually going to wrap up here. I got to get ready for my appointment. Let's go ahead and thank the members. All right, so thank you to all the members here. Thank you guys for watching. Side Mountain, Connor Boyle, Danny, Sergeant Chaos, Aaron Pearsall, Rasmus Johnson, Amanda VR, Anton Anderson. Thank you to Chicken Store for being a patron. If you guys are interested in any of that, you can look down the description below. Thank you to all the subscribers. If you guys are new and enjoyed the video and have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you guys would like the video, if you did enjoy it, I'd appreciate that. A couple new tutorial video came out, I believe, yesterday. If you guys watched that as well. So we'll see you later.